My name is Colin. I'm with the Environmental Voter Project. I'm their Colorado lead organizer. I was their first intern in Boston, Massachusetts. It was really exciting. My fiance helped me find the internship, and from then on, I've been hooked on EVP. So introduction to EVP. EVP Commission of Poland 2016, which talked about the most important issue determining the vote and the second most important issue determining the vote. And these were the results. So down here, climate change and the environment received 2% for determining the most important vote and 2% for the second most important. And that is a massive issue. I mean, a lot of this has to do with what's being reported on the news and what people are comfortable talking about, what politicians are pushing on their platforms, and what the agenda has been set as. So some of these come as no surprise: national security, economy, jobs, immigration. Those are very salient issues. But the fact that the environment is only 2% of that is baffling. It's a huge problem. So campaigns only target likely voters, so campaigns, PACs, everything like that. They have limited amount of time, money, resources. They only need to contact people who they know are likely to vote. So when people who are not likely to vote, like environmentalists, the mere fact is environmentalists are historically terrible voters. So that's what we try to do here. So they only poll likely voters because they're more important. Those are the people that are going to get them elected and keep them in their seat. So it's bad news for the environment. So because environmentalists are terrible voters, the issues never make it to their agenda. They never make it to the platform, they never make it to discussions, debates, anything like that. I think during the past presidential election, they mentioned the environment in both parties probably twice, and even then it was brushed over, probably not talked about more than 10 minutes. So, but it's a huge opportunity for us. So we've identified around 15.78 million environmentalists that did not vote in 2014.
Wow.
Huge pockets here.
How
Yeah.
did you find an environmentalist?
Oh, I'll get to that. So these massive pockets are by cities, and they can clearly determine how our elections go in the future, both on local, state, and national elections. So it's a massive opportunity. Very excited to be a part of it. So this is how we go through voter identification. So we take a large sample. It's over 20,000 people plus our end's high enough, so it's significant and all that kind of stuff. We find them, we ask them if they care about environmental issues, what issues they care about. We combine the survey results with thousands of data points. So these are metadata points, behaviors that we find that correlate to being an environmentalist. Then we identify the hidden patterns. We build a predictive model, which gives them a score between 0 and 100. If they score high on our scale, they enter our universe. So once they enter our universe, we're able to cross-check them with a voting record, which is public knowledge. So it's within the public domain. You're able to see whether or not you voted, not who you voted for. So if they're poorly voting, they enter the second round of our universe. So these are the people we're going to be constantly contacting to try to change their behavior. And that's for the national office people. We do registration, a big part of what we do here, making sure that people that we're contacting, people that we might not know about, are entering the system, and we can get them up to the polls in the election. And mobilization, so it's a big part of what I do. A lot of text banking, phone banking, canvassing. We had our first kickoff canvas. My fiance Mia and I, we got 100 doors and a pretty good response, about 75 people. So it's pretty good for 2 people roaming about in the 95-degree weather. So voter turnout, canvassing, calls, text, digital, and mail. So the national office deals with digital and mail. We do a lot of digital targeting. So the people that are in our universe, we're able to identify their IP address and sites that they might visit. We'll shoot an ad right up there. It says, Environmental Voter Project, don't forget to vote blank whenever their election is coming up. So we do pledge follow-ups. So part of our canvassing efforts, we give people the pledge. They're able to send it back to us. And from there, we can constantly remind them by email what elections are coming up in their area, so local, state, and national. We don't give endorsements. We're nonpartisan. We're a 501c4, I believe. And we can't do that. It's not within our code. We don't care about who wins, as long as the people who care about the environment are going out to the polls, researching who they're voting for, and picking the most environmentally conscious of those candidates. So it's proven results. We scored an 89% rating in our polling accuracy on these people that they are actually environmentalists, which is fantastic accuracy for this type of polling at the scale that we're doing at. It's powerful. So all the elections that we've been involved in, we've had a 4.7 to 5.1% increase in the people within our universe, which is fantastic when you're contacting hundreds of thousands of people at a time. Yeah, so changing the electorate as well. So people we've even contacted through text or just brief interactions, they have a 12% higher turnout rate than people who we don't. And it's long-term effects. So we've actually changed people's behavior. So back in 2013, when we did our first cycle of voter contact, those people have now cycled out of our universe, 3% of them. And I think next year is about 4%. So we keep going. So action items, this is wrong. This was in the old PowerPoint. So we actually have a number of events coming up. I posted on the Indivisible group page. You can sign up for those on the Google Sheets. You can RSVP at those. Bring EVP group into your community. We're always looking for lead organizers within their neighborhoods. We need people to canvass. We need volunteers. We need people really interested in turning out these 283,000 or so non-voting environmentalists we've identified in our Denver-Boulder Metro Area. So canvassing, text banking, making calls, attending trainings, those are the types of things that we want to do here in this community. Any questions? I know that was short and fast. Yes?
Do you gear, since you're national,
Yeah.
do you gear what you do on certain local areas, vis-a-vis Colorado, our most important issue in the Front Range is fracking?
Yeah.
So would that then become and be translated into an issue of discussion when you contact?
Yeah, when people directly are in contact with people who are talking about environmental issues and they're asking, well, I'm not necessarily being an environmentalist, but why should I go to the polls for the environment? We can talk about these issues to them. We can say, fracking is a big issue in the Front Range. Do you care about, what's going on in your backyard? And then if the conversation leads on from there, let's say, and think about voting as an environmentalist, as a conscious individual. I hope that answered your question.
No, that does answer the
Okay.
question, because I was then going to draw that out on a national level. Because
Yeah.
when I looked at your map, states like California, Florida, Colorado, right where we are. I mean, it's
Yeah.
dark as can be, right?
Huge
in
chunk,
certain
yeah,
areas,
massive concentration.
which is shocking. And in California, where the drought is hitting them tremendously, the dark areas there in the San Francisco Bay all the way down to San Diego area.
Yeah.
It's hit where all the fires have been. So,
Yeah.
it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on in people's brains in terms
And look at
of
Florida.
outcome? And then I'm looking
Yeah.
at hurricane effects in the Northeast.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
well, come on.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge.
So how big is your university in Colorado?
It's 283,000 currently
And in Boulder County?
Non-voting.
non-voting environmentalists within the Denver-Boulder Metro Area.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so this is where this concentration
Oh,
is.
that's Denver?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
here.
still shocking.
Okay. And
Yeah.
roughly in Boulder or Boulder County or something?
Boulder County, the universe that we've currently paid for and that I'm able to contact
Right.
is around 12,000. So we have about 12,000 people who are not consistently non-voting environmentalists in this area. Yeah, which is a lot. When I talk to the national office, they say it's a huge chunk of that 100,000 that keep moving to Colorado every single year. So these numbers keep increasing and changing.
What would explain that non-voting among environmentalists? Is there any-
Same sort of trends, don't really want to do it, can't make it off work. A lot of socioeconomic statuses influence the ability to vote or not vote. And if they care about environmental issues, if they subscribe to environmental pages, if they're active in these sorts of arenas, often it's the same sort of reasons people don't vote in the first place. So, age, college, sort of things. Yeah.
So I'm just curious, as you guys are making your calls now, and are people showing any more, like with what Scott Crew is doing and what the EPA is doing right now, are they showing more concern and more willingness to vote? Do you feel like there's more energy happening?
Absolutely. So when I was an intern, my first year there, I was on the phone probably 6 hours a day, maybe. And the amount of F-offs I got was probably about 45% of the calls. But now that I'm contacting people in these non-voting environmentalists, I'm having massive text conversations with people about how much they're caring about the environment now and how much they just want to get back at this administration and really prompt environmental issues above others, so.
I'm just wondering about the Green Party
Yeah.
and what troublesome topics come up in conversations in relation
Yeah.
to that. So I
So.
think that biased in a biased way a little.
So, as I stand before you today, I'm putting on my representative EVP hat, and I can't answer that question directly. So, so I don't know what to tell you on that, but I have opinions outside this place. So, yeah, any other questions, concerns, advice? Is it going too fast? Am I talking way too fast?
Yeah. That's good. That's a very impressive map.
Yeah, it is. I love that map. But I also don't love that map.
No. You love hate that map.
I love hate that map. Exactly. Yeah.
So how many volunteers do you have involved?
It fluctuates. We've had,
It's a rough number.
yeah, it's tough because we're starting from zero.
Oh.
I'm starting from nothing. It's literally me and my
Yeah.
fiance. Exactly. We were the boots on the ground today. So
So you have the mailing list and the digital.
we have the
stuff.
mailing list, the phone numbers, we have the texting infrastructure, everything like that. What we're trying to do is build a robust volunteer group here. We know people in the Boulder bubble are active. They want to participate. The key for us now is just taking that next step and building better relationships with Indivisible Boulder, which I thank you so much for letting me come here and talk to everyone. We're just trying to build that volunteer pool now.
The anti-fracking groups are very, very active right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
And if you go east of us, just a little bit, they're super active.
Okay.
Broomfield,
Yeah.
Erie.
Okay.
Where they go.
Yeah.
They get active.
Anywhere straight east of
Yeah.
here, and I keep, not Stapleton, but the Commerce City,
Okay.
there's really active groups out
Okay. Would you happen to know any of those groups?
Sure.
Okay, that'd be great, if we could talk after.
I mean, sorry, I was just thinking that there should be overlap, because these people that are concerned about environment, you think there might be some concern about some other issues, so you could overlap with other groups.
Yeah.
To get a hold of these non-voters.
Yeah, and that's the other part is just really building relationships with groups, like I said, with Indivisible,
Yeah.
but with other groups as well who, there's knock-on effects to these sort of things. Organizations in Florida, for example, who are concerned with sea level rise, would they be interested in turning out those non-voting environmentalists that are sitting
Yeah.
in the shoreline? So, yeah.
there. Good luck. 12,000
Yeah.
doors is a lot to knock on.
It
Something
is.
that's 500 shifts.
Yeah.
It is a shocking report.
Yeah, it is. It was.
Really is.
I looked at that and I was
Looking
like,
at that back is very shocking.
sure. Yeah, so,
But the return is really great too. If you
Yeah.
get 3 to 5% more people to vote, that's great.
yeah, we're, the
So
long-term goal.
That's just from contact, so the canvas is probably higher.
Yeah, that's just, so, the main goal is just to change the electorate and really get these numbers up here, instead of way down there. So, any other questions?
So, sorry, I'm just thinking, like, if you look at the issues at the top, I mean, it's clearly people are concerned about their survival.
Yeah.
But they don't see the climate as an issue of survival.
Yeah, there's a failure to recognize, and I did this during undergrad, I talked a lot about media coverage of environmental
Yeah.
issues, and
Yeah.
there's a lack of urgency and clear expertise when it comes to reporting environmental issues
Right.
and how salient these issues truly are. They aren't 5 years down the road. This is a progression of environmental issues, so.
Yeah,
Anything else?
it's a good idea.
All right, I want to thank you all for your time. I'll be passing around my business cards. Feel free to contact me with any further questions, or if you have any organizations you think would be interested in EVP and volunteering. So, thank you.